For our project, we chose to focus on waste because the way we dispose of materials has a huge impact on the environment. Every year in the UK, millions of tonnes of waste goes to landfill sites, and a lot of this is simply because people don't recycle, which is an issue that can be tackled through education. This is why we wanted to direct our project at schools. Our project originally involved the installation of compost bins for schools to support their own garden and to encourage pupils to learn a bit about how waste disposal impacts the environment. We made a point of aiming our project at secondary school pupils as well as primary school because we noticed that in the UK this kind of teaching is lacking and usually only aimed at pupils of a younger age. We knew education was an important factor for us, so instead of simply handing over compost bins, we wanted to make the basis of our project that we encourage schools to do their own fundraising to support the installation of their bin, as fundraising events are a great way for people to ask questions about what the money is being raised for and therefore learn more about our project. So, our first step was to choose a school to focus on. Because of the distance between us, we picked two different schools, one in Scotland and one in London. We began with our project by campaigning for the schools to fundraise for a compost bin, which was killing two birds with one stone. First of all, helping schools to dispose of their waste in a more eco-friendly manner, and secondly, educating people on why it is important to dispose of waste in this way. The first problem we encountered, however, with one school was that it didn't have a garden to be supported by a bin. So, step one was to organise the development of a space for plants outside the main entrance, which, thankfully, the school was very keen on implementing. You can see the area being sectioned off in the video here. I then got in contact with a local nursery who were willing to supply plants to fill this space. After this point, our project began to develop slightly, as we encountered more problems that meant we had to evolve our plans and the way we went about things. For example, due to COVID mitigations in Scotland, we were limited in the type of fundraising events that could take place. But we didn't let this stop us. Instead, we tweaked the nature of our project so that it wasn't solely based on fundraising, and continued to work with the schools on developing their environmental consciousness in other ways. For example, in my focus school, I helped them reach the goal of achieving their Clean Green Award, which is a local pledge proving that the school is environmentally aware and operates sustainably. Some work I have done towards this includes setting up an eco-club at lunchtimes for the younger pupils of the school and giving them activities such as designing signs to remind people to switch off the lights and to save energy. We also linked the school with a local community group called Thrive, who run litter picks and get the school involved with these days. Other actions done through the Clean Green Award include contacting the Roads Alliance to campaign for the markings on roads to be changed so that traffic around the school can flow more easily, allowing for less congestion and therefore less pollution. We also set up a display board with lots of information on how to be more sustainable on an individual basis. So our project turned into more of an education opportunity between the two schools. However, we have set up foundations for the compost bin plan to be carried out into the next academic year. I made sure that a goal of the Pupil Council would be to steer the school towards becoming more environmentally conscious, and the compost bins are part of the plan going into the next academic year. So although the compost bins haven't been put in place within the time frame of the project, we have set a foundation for these plans to be implemented within the near future and have established goals for the schools as well as created groups to lead them towards completing the project.